Hi, I'm author, inspirational leadership and team development speaker, Joe Woodley, and I'm focused on building character and integrity in the marketplace. So how did I get to the point where I'm so passionate about seeing people reach their God-given purpose? Well, it probably started back when I was a kid. A single parent home. I'm the oldest of three. Really good home. My mom loved God. My family loved God. We were all brought up in ministry, but yet and still I wasn't sure what direction I wanted to go in. I was really angry. I was desperate to find out and figure out who I was in life. And as I became a teenager, I was very angry with my dad, very angry that he wasn't involved in our lives, and so I didn't know which way to go. But I moved to Columbus, Ohio, and continued to make a series of really bad decisions, bad choices in my life. Again, going around aimlessly, trying to figure out where I belonged, where I fit in, who I was, what my purpose is, why am I here? But along the line, I had a son, and he totally changed my life, totally changed my perspective of who I was, allowed me to see the bigger picture of what God's divine plan is for all of our lives. And I knew that my life could never be the same. What I invested into the future was important for him. I was a single father for about 14 years, raising my son. A short time later, I was able to meet my wife, and she is an awesome woman of God. She's a great educator. She's talented. She's smart. She's beautiful. And you know what? She's challenged me to go to another paradigm shift, to pull out the best in me. I got into corporate America, and I became a corporate security specialist. And so the leadership that I was under at the time really invested in me. And as they invested in me, my love and my desire to reach the hearts and minds of people around me began to grow, to show them what the true love of God was really about. Not to reach just those in the Christian sector, but to reach those that are in the private sector, in the business sector, in the governmental sector. And that we all need to experience what God's love is really all about, what God's grace is really about, who He really is. So I began to see that there was a need, and I had talents, and I had gifts, and I had the skill and experience that could help people to achieve their purpose, that could help others to be the best at who they were, that could help others to maximize their potential. I started a program called the Hero Project. That was the first outreach program that I developed. And the Hero Project was an acronym for Healthy Emotions, Relationship, and Outlook. I worked with religious organizations, and yes, I dressed in spandex. And I would go around, I talked about character and integrity. I would deputize the children to be heroes in their communities. I met a woman there. She calls me over to where she was dining. There I was in my spandex outfit talking about character and integrity to these youth. She says, "Young man, come here." So I go over there, and she pulls out some money and she hands it to me. And I said, I really don't need the money. She says, "No, I want to invest this in you because I can see what you're doing in a suit and a tie. I can see you doing the exact same thing to adults, in businesses, in corporate America, in churches. I can see you doing exactly what you're doing now and investing in the lives of people who really need it outside of children." And then what happened next is I ended up getting into a car accident. I had this car accident. I had to suffer what they call a catastrophic back injury. And in this catastrophic back injury, the doctor said to me they were surprised I was even walking. It was devastating. It was devastating to me personally because you're talking to someone who's spent the better part of 20 years working out and holding my body and training. It was a very important part of my life, but I didn't believe that, and I began to speak against it. I began to pray and get in God's word and began to speak healing scriptures over myself, and I shocked them. I go in to the surgeon, and he's looking at the MRI. He cannot figure out who I am. I remember he looks at the chart and he says to himself, "You can't be the right person because this person is in a wheelchair." And lo and behold, I was walking around. I did not believe that was the end of my story. See, I used to hang out with a group of guys I used to call them the Broken Dreams Club. Who was the Broken Dreams Club? It was shoulda, coulda, and woulda. And shoulda, coulda, and woulda will always talk about something they should have done, something they could have done, and something they would have done. They were geniuses, but they never fulfilled the plan for their lives. See, I believe that everyone has a purpose. I believe that everyone has a destiny. I believe there's a plan for everyone's life. And I believe that when most people understand that, when you understand the plan for your life, nothing can stop you from achieving your dreams, your goals, and the purpose that you have. Today, I have a great opportunity to work with organizations such as American Electric Power, Columbus Schools, and other organizations where I talk to groups and I teach them about character and integrity in business. I have a great opportunity to work with churches and other religious organizations, because ultimately we can do all the training we want to do. We can do all the investing in people we want to do. But if they don't have the character and the integrity to support what it is that you're planting in them, they will never fulfill their purpose. I challenge any group that I speak to, I challenge any organization I work with to go beyond your limitations, to go beyond the excuses, and embrace excellence in everything that you do.